Baseball on Root Sports is being brought to you by Ford. We are local. By AM/PM. Too much good stuff. By AT&T, mobilizing your world. And by the Emerald Queen Casino, presenting singer-songwriter, the chart-topping hit The Man, Ola Black, May 23rd. For tickets, go to emeraldqueen.com. Great day to go to Alki in your 1971 MGB. Look at Dave Wegner in the cap, getting it done. Riding along, riding down the highway, and then you know what? If you're going to go to Alki, you hang out for a while. You got the cityscape on your left. Come on over to Safeco Field, where we wait for you right now at the corner of Edgar and Dave on a spectacular day. Get ready for baseball. Welcome back to the booth, everybody. I love those stunning pictures. Love the 71 MGB. Good stuff there. Let's take a look at what happened last night. Our Seattle Light power play, and the Mariners had plenty of power last night. How about the home run power, starting with Mike Zunino going opposite field?
Opposite field power indeed. Gets a fastball middle away and drives it into the seats out in right field for Zunino, his 6th home run of the year.
How about Stephen Romero, his first home run here at Safeco Field? He'll remember this one. He got a long way on that one, got his money's worth. He banged off a couple of people and out there for a big home run, and Smoke got into the act.
Well, he wants to join the party for Smoke. His 6th home run going the other way. Left center field, hits it out into the bullpen of the Mariners. So now the Mariners have 3 guys with 6 home runs all time for the team lead. You saw Smoke and Zunino. Kyle Seager also amongst the leaders in home runs. Good to see the guys hitting the ball hard the other way.
That's our Seattle City Light power play. And again, great pitching matchup. Price against Iwakuma. And last night the Mariners took advantage of a Tampa Bay defense that's generally razor sharp. Last night, not the case. Bad throw by Longoria. Ramos had a double play in order. Couldn't make it happen here. They made 4 errors on the night. Here's James Loney right through the 5-hole. Never got a glove on it. It was that kind of night. So game 2 tonight with a fabulous pitching matchup. And we're all set. Mariners, Rays first pitch straight ahead. Welcome to T-Mobile Tuesday Night Baseball. Welcome to Seattle, Washington, everybody, where right now we may be enjoying the best weather in the lower 48. Gorgeous, gorgeous day here for baseball this early evening here in Seattle. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, and the Root Sports crew as we get you ready for Game 2 of the Rays and the Mariners. Mariners playing some great baseball. 13 of 18 they've won, and they've got a beautiful day to hook it up again here today against a Rays team that's lost 6 of its last 7 ball games. Sashi Iwakuma on the mound. Finished third in the Cy Young balloting to Max Scherzer and Yu Darvish last year. He has been outstanding. First pitch is in there for a strike to Will Myers. Joe Maddon shaking up his lineup just a little bit. 75 degrees, just classic. Wind out of the northeast at 5. Going a little bit towards from left to right. Will Myers last night batting in the 6th hole, went 2 for 4 with the run scored. Myers gets into one, drives it deep to left, turning Ackley around. He's on the track, makes the catch. Let's take a look at the rest of the batting order for the Tampa Bay Rays.
Following Will Myers, it'll be the veteran David DeJesus, then Longoria, Zobrist, Loney, Jennings, Matt Joyce, Escobar, and Molina. You can see David DeJesus, 8-game hitting streak for him, hitting .433 over the 8 games. For Iwakuma, just his 3rd start on the year. His last outing again was outstanding. 2-0 record, 2.45 ERA. He has 10 strikeouts in the 14 2/3 that he has pitched. His fastball will be 87 to 91. Of course, the great split, but it'll also mix in a slider and a curve.
Here's DeJesus in his 2nd year with Tampa Bay. Last year started with the Cubs, then went to Washington, finished up last 35 games with the Rays. Been around Kansas City, Oakland, Cubs, Washington, and now the Rays. Slices one into the gap, left center field. Jones can't get it. On the track, David DeJesus will hold up at second base with a double. And for David DeJesus, 8th second two-bagger on the season.
Well, they were playing him to right center. This ball slicing away from Jones, not able to get to it. It's an easy double for DeJesus. The defense, Jones in center field. Stephan Romero will get the start in right again. He's been a hot hitter for the Mariners. Seager at third, Miller and Cano playing up the middle. Smoke, the first baseman, and Mike Zunino will do the catching tonight.
Batting in the 3-hole is Evan Longoria, standing 3rd baseman for the Rays. For 2 last night. Then the game got out of hand early. Mariners were up 9-0 after 3, and Joe Maddon lifted Zobrist, Longoria, and Loney. Get his bench players in there. Foul out of play.
The Rays were 2 for 5 last night with runners in scoring position. As you take a look at the numbers for Longoria this year, 0 for 2 last night, but 278 overall with 4 home runs.
There's Joe Maddon, manager of the Rays, took him to the World Series back in 2008. They lost to the Phillies. Here's the 0-2 to Longoria. Bounced the foul. As you know, Joe Maddon is Mr. Thematic. We told you yesterday about his Woodstock travel attire coming here to Seattle. Tonight, he's got something a little bit different. He said aromas matter. He brought a bread maker to spring training, wanted everybody to feel at home. So tonight, he says, tonight is who's your daddy's scent night? What did your father wear? What kind of cologne did he wear? English leather, aqua velvet, polo, Old Spice, Brut, Jade East. Some of the things that some of the brands that he brought out, and he said, I hope to have a very interesting smell here in our dugout tonight. Evoking Dad.
I bet.
I would think right now, if this was Family Feud and says, show me the Old Spice, there'd be 99 points up there on the board.
Probably right. I think I remember my dad with a little Aqua Velva from time to time.
Line drive, right field. I remember it was a big deal when I first slapped it on. I thought, wow, I feel like a big guy now. It's time for the first question in tonight's installment of Twitter Tuesday. Use hashtag RootQ1 and tell us, what will James Jones do in his first plate appearance tonight for your chance to win a Dustin Ackley Gnome? Follow us on Twitter at RootSports_NW to answer. Stay tuned for our Twitter feed during the game for more questions and more chances to win. 2 outs with DeJesus at second for Ben Zobrist. Zobrist says good numbers against Iwakuma, 4 for 6. Strike one to Zobrist. Home plate umpire tonight, Gary Cederstrom. Kerwin Danley at first, Lance Barksdale at second, Mark Rippiger at third. Christmas cards not going to Mr. Rippiger after last night's ball game. He had an in-and-out game, didn't he? It happens. Bouncing ball to Cano. And that'll do it. Harmless double. And that's it for Tampa Bay. 12 pitches thrown by Hisashi Iwakuma. Mariners coming to bat. Rays starter David Price in 2010 finished second to Felix Hernandez in the Cy Young Award. Then he won it in 2012. Let's take a look at the batting order from the Mariners that he'll face tonight.
Tonight's starting lineup brought to you by Chevron. James Jones will lead off, then it's Stephan Romero. What a night he had last night. A triple away from the cycle. You can see 3 for 5, a home run, 3 RBIs, and scored 3 runs. Back in the lineup tonight, hitting second. Then it's Cano, Hart, and Smoke in the middle of the lineup. Seager starting to swing the bat a lot better as of late. He will hit 6. Ackley, Zunino, and Brad Miller rounding out the 9 for the Mariners. And for David Price, 3-3 record, a 4.53 ERA. 53 2/3, 58 strikeouts, but he's given up 9 home runs, and that's a high batting average for him. 284 opponents hitting against David Price. Again, for Price, his fastball isn't what it used to be. He's throwing a lot more cutters now, trying to pitch away from hitters, and that's probably a big reason why. And left-handers having a lot of success, hitting 315 off of Price.
Some of the word I got on Price, he's not in the mid-90s the way he used to be and doesn't move people off. He's throwing strikes all the time, so guys are jumping all over that first pitch.
Well, you look at the numbers, just 6 walks over the 53 2/3, so he is throwing a lot of strikes. Makes you wonder the quality of those strikes, and hopefully the Mariners can take advantage of some pitches in the middle of the plate.
Working from the stretch. Jones behind 0-2. Jones has impacted this ball club on a very positive note. 2 for 5, 3 runs last night. Down the line, give him a chance to run. Out of the box hard, the left fielder Matt Joyce retrieves, and Jones eases into second with his 4th double. Positive impact indeed.
Well, a good start for the Mariners. Hits it right inside the bag on an 0-2 pitch. Again, we were talking about the quality of the pitches from David Price. He gets too much of the plate. And Jones able to slice it right inside the bag for a double. Came into the game hitting .391, so his average will go up again.
That was the first time he'd seen David Price. And this is Price's first appearance in Safeco Field on the mound. Only his 2nd game all time against the Mariners. No decision last August down in St. Pete. Here's Stephen Romero. Romero batting second. Fabulous night. 3 for 5. 3 runs scored, 3 runs driven in. It was a triple shy of the cycle.
And that was a big time home run he hit last night. Hit it off the facade of the second deck.
Got that off of Cesar Ramos. Last night started for Tampa Bay. Two 2-0 to Romero. Felix Hernandez got the win. 6 2/3, 8 hits, 4 runs all earned, no walks, 7 strikeouts. He got squeezed multiple times in the first inning. Went back, he told Lloyd McClin, "I'm going to get thrown out of this game." Mike Zunino across the clubhouse today said, "Hey, wait a minute. I told you, you got to at least give us 7. Then you'll get to the 4th quarter of the Miami game. Then you'll be able to watch that." So he gets thrown out of the game. I said, "Did you air out Mr. Ripperger?" He said, "Yeah."
I liked what he said after the game, though. Oh, just ask him what the Heat score was, how many LeBron had.
He said everything he had, he threw it at him. There's a lot of guys that the clubhouse were not pleased. Mike Zunino, catcher, notices it as much or more than anybody, because a lot of times in these crews, with the new change with veteran crews going to New York to be part of the replay system, you're getting a rookie with some veteran crews, and some of these guys, the last 3 times the Mariners have had rookies behind the plate, they've been uncertain. Two and 2 here to Romero. Jones takes off. Bouncing ball. First base. Stays fair. And Romero's out. Down to third goes Jones.
Well, whether you're a pitcher or a hitter, all they want is for you to be consistent with the strikes that you're going to call. And as long as you're consistent, you won't hear too much from it. We'll take a look at the defense for the Rays tonight. Jennings will get the start out in center field. And on the infield, Gold Glover, Evan Longoria at third, Escobar and Zobrist up the middle, James Loney at first base, and Jose Molina will do the catching.
Here's Robinson Cano out early today at about 4 o'clock doing his screen drill with Howard Johnson, the hitting coach. Outstanding first 39 games for Robbie, 38 games, hitting .302. Tied for 8th in runs scored. Field moves in, and Cano takes a strike. He's a .263 hitter against Price with 1 home run.
And he just missed his first Safeco Field home run as a Mariner. Hit right off the top of the fence, out in left field, right towards the Rays bullpen. Well, it's good to see him with his average up over 300 again. 2 for 3 last night.
Club leader in hits with 45. Or 2. Got a pitch he was working on during that early BP.
Maybe a little bit too far inside that time. Good fastball from Price, 94 miles an hour. The Rays have their infield in. See on our EQC tracer the location of that second pitch. Well off the plate.
Jones a leadoff double move to third. Ground out by Romero. Inside, and he fouled it off. Angels have already won tonight. They won in Philly 4-3, so the Angels are tied with the Mariners right now, a record of 20 up and 18 down. David Price going with the high spikes as well as the going with the knickers. Look, with the old school striped socks. Jose Molina was thinking about throwing down to third. First family of catch, Jose Molina. You got Yachty with the Cardinals, and Benji, a coach, the Rangers, first base coach. Ball at 2 strikes to Cano. We'll get a piece of that one.
And the 5 pitches, just 1 away from Cano. The other 4, all of them inside. Something we've been seeing lately. Trying to jam him up.
Perfect night for baseball. Flags blowing towards right field. Price out of Vanderbilt University. The 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2.
Price here in the first inning throwing a little bit harder than the scouting report that we were able to get. Last fastball at 95 miles an hour.
2-2. Ground ball. Loney doesn't have a play at the plate. He will throw it to Zobrist. And an RBI for Cano. Mariners lead 1-0. Good speed by Jones. Loney looked and the guy was practically home.
Is the speed, and that's the reason why Lloyd McClendon here in the first inning going with the contact play. Jones taking off as soon as Cano put it in play, and even though the first baseman, Loney, a good first baseman, had to come in and get the ball, no play at the plate because of the speed of Jones. Watch Jones, he will take off right away.
Curry Hart looks at ball 1. Early lead here for the Mariners.
Corey had 2 of the longest singles you're going to see in a game. Talking about Cano, 1 he hit off the top of the wall in right field. He thought it was a home run and was thrown out at second, so it went down as a single. And then there's some base runners on that was Cano and Jones, and he was worried about them passing each other. They kind of got confused at second base, so he had to turn around and go back to first, which was also in the gap up against the wall in right center field. So he ended up with 2 singles. Probably should have had 2 doubles.
22nd RBI for Cano. There's a strike. Corey Hart. One and 2. Strike 3. He knew it. David Price pours one in there. For strike 3, Mariners have a 1-0 lead here at Safeco Field. sure you save big when you join us for Mariners matinees this season. You can do it tomorrow afternoon. Mariners take on the Rays at 12:40. Get the ticket, a hot dog, and a Pepsi for each member of the family for as low as $15. It's all part of Safeco Insurance Grand Slam Family Package Day here at the ballpark. Get your tickets at mariners.com. My favorite product endorser is in the booth. Tell him the Bone sent you.
The pitch man.
What's going on, pal?
How are you guys?
Doing very well, thank you.
I'm doing great, man. How about y'all?
Mariners Hall of Fame. We're doing very well. The ball club's playing, winning 13 out of 18.
I like it. Exciting. It's good to watch speed. Speed kills, huh? That play right there by Jonesy scoring. Cano's loving that kid the last couple of nights. Scores on a little lazy fly ball to left field and gets a little high hopper right there. A couple of ribbies. You're going, wow, thank you. A couple attitude adjusters right there.
Things have gotten a lot better since you were here last time.
Yeah, it was not good.
It was a little grim. It was a little grim.
It was so bad we weren't even doing the wrap up. We were like, that's a wrap. See y'all later. We were taking it to the house.
Early.
A little bit more to talk about now, and it's fun too. It's fun to watch, and walking through the clubhouse today, the atmosphere is. I mean, these guys are having a great time, and you know it's good to see. Lloyd's done a great job of letting them police it themselves, but at the same time, them knowing that he's not afraid to get in there and ruffle some feathers.
Well, he did that after the 5-error game the other day. You probably heard
and
about
rightly
that.
so.
Yeah,
that was ugly. That was a show. Is what it was. They turned around and gave it. Yeah, they turned around and gave it right back to these guys the next night, and they did the same thing.
They did.
Tampa Bay. So I guess it's contagious, right?
Not
in the right way.
You and I both had to make the flights for a long time, but one of the things after the game yesterday, and Madden didn't say it was actually Lloyd saying that these guys having to fly all the way across country, get in here, and the Mariners have to do it a lot, as you know.
Right.
So that first game can be difficult.
It's part of the deal. I mean, we just learned to accept it. I mean, you can't moan about it because we're traveling more by the All-Star break than most teams do all year long. Right?
Bingo.
We got during the playoffs we're putting close to 60 thou in, and these guys, some of the teams aren't even putting 30,000 in. So. And it's harder on those teams because they're not used to that. So, but you know what? That's when you gotta stack up some wins, man. You gotta take advantage of that. Especially this team right now is beat up and hurt as they are, especially from their starting staff. Get those wins while you can, because the next time around it might not. It's going to be a little bit different picture, I'm sure.
Seager handles that nice and easy.
Cutthroat game, man. You got to step on their neck when you get a chance. Bro.
Well, that was the thing that I thought about when I heard Lloyd last night talk about that, and I thought, great, that should be an advantage for you then.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Exactly. Let these guys know that too. Let's go. Go out there and get them, man. Show up every day. That shouldn't have to be a motivation for you. You should show up every day, but at the same time too. It's usually the second days when you start to feel a little bit more.
Thought, yeah.
And then when we were playing, it was the AstroTurf too. So on top of that, you got the turf, and that was killing you. But sitting on a plane for 5 hours, that does some damage to it. It takes its toll throughout the course of the season.
Time change, everything, all of it.
Yeah.
And Joyce trying to beat the shift. All right, your thoughts on all the shifting. I mean, like everybody's doing it now.
Well, this guy's, I guess, is what the godfather of the shift. They say.
Joe Madden.
And I wondered the first few times when he was over with the Angels and he implemented the first few times. Had it gone awry, what would they be? Apparently it worked, so they're sticking with it. Now it's getting crazy because you guys keep talking about how there's going to be 3,000 plus shifts or whatever the number is.
14,000.
There's a great article in the New York Times today. It said last year 8,134 shifts. Teams have already shifted 13.
Yeah.
Now nearly 14,000. As Mike says, 14,000 for this season.
Yeah, so they're at 3,200. I mean, that's crazy. When you start thinking about that, that's crazy. But one way that you can take advantage of that is drop the ego and just squirt a little ball the opposite way and take your base hit, man. Sometimes you can do it with men in scoring position. Don't be afraid to drop the pride. And that's what's crazy is I don't see enough guys taking pride on hitting the ball the opposite way anymore. If you knew how to hit the ball the opposite way, they'd take advantage of that.
Cano got a double and a bunt last year up in Boston.
Why not take it? They're going to give it to you.
Exactly. 1, 2, 3 more with Jay Buhner. When we come back, Mariners lead 1-0. Iwakuma very economical. 10 pitches in the second inning. Here against Tampa Bay as Twitter Tuesday continues. Here's your second chance to win. Use hashtag RootQ2 and tell us how many combined pitches will be thrown by Iwakuma and Price tonight for your chance to win a Root Sports prize pack, including a Mariners Stadium jacket. We're going to have 2 more questions still to come, so stay tuned. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Jay Buhner joining us here tonight on the subject of shifting. David Wallstein, New York Times, one of the other things in his piece today, he had Mark Teixeira, the Yankee first baseman, quoted, says, you do it because it works. And then the other point that's brought up, that it's lowered batting averages 30 to 40 points on grounders and low liners. There's smoke.
And so does that right there.
Nipped. Yep. So does that.
And the players up here are pretty good.
Right.
You're running down going, oh, no way. He's going to do it to me. And then Smokey's walking off the field looking at the scoreboard all the way off going, man.
Hits it hard, too.
Nice play.
They all even out.
Oh, wait a minute. What'd you say, Mike? Come on. Hey, Mike. What'd you say about that the other day? They all even out.
That's BS, man.
They don't for the good hitters, that's for sure.
And make sure you tell him that when he's walking down, put his helmet up in the bin.
Boom.
Yeah.
Here's Kyle Seager.
Those many mics I got around this field anymore. You'll hear it, that's for sure.
Bet on it.
So one of the interesting things I heard about the shifts, and everybody gives Madden a lot of the credit for the shift craze that we're in now, was in '97 is when, as a coach for the Angels, he put the first one on. You know who he put it on for?
Junior.
Yeah, Ken Griffey Jr.
Because that's
so it's Junior's fault. He started all this.
But it's funny, they put it on for Junior, and Junior could go oppo with the best of them too.
And he would.
I mean, remember there were a few times he got so PO'd that he dropped the bunt down and giggled all the way down to first base. Did his little Michael Jackson down the first base. I'm serious, laughing the whole way. I'll never forget that.
I had a conversation with Kyle Seager today about the shift, and I asked him what you were talking about, Jay, and I said, you know, first of all, do you notice it out there, and what are you thinking about? Because we've seen Kyle try to bunt a couple of times. And he said, well, if I'm leading off, I think the bunt's a good play. It's a free hit. Why not try it? And I agreed with him.
Fly ball left field for Joyce.
And so then I asked him, I said, well, okay, so you're going to hit, but you see the shift. And he pointed out, he said, you know, they were shifting on me the entire way for the first month of the season. And he said, now they wait. Once I get 2 strikes is when they're shifting over there. And so I asked him, well, would you ever just take a shot at left field to get a base hit? He said, actually, I have over the last couple of weeks, which is starting to get some hits the other way. Mm-hmm. And that is how you're going to keep them from shifting. And if you look at the infield that they just played on Kyle, it was almost straight up.
Exactly. And look where he hit it, too.
Yeah. But he made a couple of points because, to your point, if you have a chance to drive and a run, I asked Kyle, I said, if you have a chance to drive and a run, it's open, are you going to take a shot at it over there? And he said, of course. Why not?
You better.
And so I asked him, I said, well, what about earlier in the year? He said, earlier in the year, I was having a hard time putting it in play.
Moving it forward, I agree.
Ackley charges one up off the wall.
And there's your oppo right there.
Yeah.
Double for Ackley, his 5th.
Well, the game's going to move on with or without you, and so as the game has evolved and it's evolved into this new era of shift, it's going to do the same thing from the offensive standpoint, hopefully.
We'll take a look at this swing by Dustin Ackley. Gets a breaking ball out over the plate, does the right thing, goes with it, hits right in the middle of the wall for a double. I thought he also made a good point. He said when I'm swinging right, I'm hitting the ball on the ground or on a line the other way anyway, and my fly balls are towards right. Mm-hmm. And he said now that's what I've finally been doing over the last few weeks. He's been a lot hotter, swinging the bat better. And I said, okay, so you're going to take a shot. If I see it tonight, you'll take a shot. He made a good point. He said, I will, but it also depends on the pitcher. And he said sometimes if the guy's out there throwing 98 with a nasty slider, I'm just trying to get a hit.
And the situation, too, the game dictates. I mean, sometimes a rollover Beethoven to second base, get you an RBI. That's all you need.
Right.
So take it.
But this is talking about trying to get a hit. But I thought it was interesting that he thought it far enough along to say, you know, some of these pitchers, they're so good that you have to go up there and just try to get a hit the best way that you can. Try to hit him the other way. You may miss a pitch that you could handle. And he said, but for most of the time, he said, I will look at it all year long and take a shot when I can. I thought it was smart. He's definitely thought about it.
Especially a guy like this that you're facing tonight that knows that. He's got a game plan, but he also knows what your game plan's, what you're trying to do. Like you said, they're pretty good up here, man.
Yeah. Zunino went opposite field. You see that?
That's sweet.
Home run?
Crosstown traffic. That's real power, man, right there. So now they put that in their little scouting report. Uh-oh. This kid can go oppo too, huh?
Struck him out. You get a double from Ackley with 2 outs, and he's left stranded. 1-0 Mariners. Mariners baseball on Root Sports, being brought to you by CenturyLink, your link to what's next. By Pizza Hut, make it great. By BNSF Railway, sponsor of the BNSF Blast. And by Jack in the Box. Head to Jack in the Box and try the new Jack's Blazing Chicken Sandwich. It's Jack's hottest sandwich yet. Scenics around the waterfront, the Big Wheel, Ferris wheel, new to Seattle last couple years. Down here at Safeco Field, the Mariners have a 1-0 lead. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Jay Buhner joining us here tonight. Dan Wilson.
Dan the man tomorrow, huh?
Tomorrow. Yes, sir. It's Hall of Fame week in the booth.
I wonder if he's going to wear his picnic shirt tomorrow.
I don't think so.
I'm getting blown up tonight. Thanks, friends.
A couple of people said we get dressed in a dark closet or what? Looks good. Come on.
Looks good on me.
Yunel Escobar, shortstop for the Rays, followed by Jose Molina and Will Myers. Cano, RBI ground out in the first inning, accounting for the only run so far. Good pitch. 1-2.
Nice to have this guy back, huh?
It's great to have him back.
And you get the other. Sounds like Paxton's coming along pretty good, and Walk's coming along pretty good.
You're hoping June 1 if you can get them both back.
I'll tell you what, that kid Walk, I mean, what a specimen he is. He's getting bigger and stronger every day.
Strike 3 called on Escobar. Iwakuma, first strikeout. One down here in the third. Enjoy the sights and sounds of the 70s, Saturday, May 24th. Turn back the clock night. Right here at Safeco Field. We're going to be grooving back to 1979. The Mariners and Astros are going to wear their retro uniforms from the decade, plus the first 20,000 fans are going to pick up a commemorative poster courtesy of Seattle Magazine. For tickets, go to mariners.com.
You guys going to get dressed up?
I'd like to find an Oscar Gamble wig. That's
That'd be sweet.
I would like to find one of those.
Remember when Junior wore that one time for BP?
Yeah.
An Oscar Gamble, one of those
big old fro, man. Oh, yeah, it was hilarious. Came out and took BP in it.
I always used to wonder how he would keep that helmet on.
Oh, Oscar?
Yeah, there were no air flaps then, to help you out. It was just the regular shell helmet.
It looked like the little helmet, that they put ice cream in and tried to put on top of his head. Here's Jose Molina.
fouled back. Asked Lloyd about Iwakuma. You had seen him when you were in Detroit. What do you think of him now? He says, one of the toughest guys I've ever been around. He says, he's way better than I thought. He says, you're talking about basically no spring training, 2 sim games, 3 or 4 bullpens, 1 AAA game, and 2nd major league game. Today is 3rd. It's just remarkable. And he said when Bevan got hurt, Iwakuma went to him and wanted to get back in a rotation. And Lloyd said, no, we're gonna keep it. And he had pleaded. Lloyd says, I probably should have let him go. I probably should have thrown him out there. That's how good he's been.
His last start, he goes 8.
Yeah, he was. The Kansas City guys are still shaking their heads.
I mean, come on. I mean, it's impressive. But, you know, that's his work regimen. I mean, he keeps himself in great shape.
Back-to-back strikeouts. Tag applied by Zunino, 2 down.
But one of the things that is interesting, he had the hand injury. And everybody knows about his split. And the thing that I noticed, and he did this a lot with the Royals, and he's doing it here again tonight with the Rays. Against the right-handers, instead of throwing a split, he's throwing more sliders.
Down in the dirt.
Yeah, throwing pitches off the plate and getting guys to chase him.
He hides the ball so well that it comes out looking like a fastball, and you hear that guy going, don't swing something. Why'd I just swing at that? Walking all the way back to the dugout.
Top of the order, Will Myers.
His fastball's 87 to 91. And he can throw it by you. And I think it goes back. 1, he hides it, but 2, because you have that split and his breaking ball and his ability to throw all those pitches for strikes in the back of your mind.
Speeds things up, doesn't it?
And you're just late on the fastball.
And he knows how to work the ladder, too.
Well, I was saying at the start of the game, I think as far as pitching at the top of the strike zone, he's the best at it.
Mm-hmm. And he's wearing out, you know, down at the knees right now. And watch, he'll start mixing things up a little bit second time around.
Changing eye levels.
Mm-hmm. He's really good at that.
Right-handers came into tonight's game 2 for 21 against Iwakuma. First 2 games. 0-2. And he strikes out. Myers strikes out the side. He's hot. 1-0 Mariners. On top of his game, he's given up. He strikes out the side. Impressive as he gets Escobar, Molina, and Will Myers. Jay, you brought up something I know that Mike and I talked about when Iwakuma first got here. Like so many of the Japanese pitchers, they have some physical thing that could throw you off. It's the kick, and Mike, you played over there, so you probably better talk about it.
Well, what it is whether it's the kick or a turn, they all have some sort of hesitation in their windup. They're going to come to some sort of pause. And even though he kicks that bottom leg, he's pausing at the top. And as a hitter, Jay, as you know, it really throws your timing off.
Ground ball to second. Ben Zobrist throws out Brad Miller. 1 down.
Well, it's all about timing as a hitter. There's no doubt about it. So that little second of pause, and now you got to slow things down or speed things up. That's all it takes. A game of inches. And the next thing you know, you get caught in between on your stride, or you don't get your hands loaded, or you're dragging your hands with you, and it just throws your whole balance and your whole approach off.
I always thought that, and we were talking about Iwakuma hiding the ball. That was one of the big things that I thought playing with Nomo and with the Dodgers. He had that back turn on the tornado, and I thought that was a big thing. A little bit of a hesitation on his turn when he turned his back, and then he would almost jump at you. And it was tough. Although I was trying to remember with the Japanese pitchers, I don't remember Hasegawa having a hesitation.
No, Shiggy? No, he didn't.
What about Kaz? Fly ball slicing away from Jennings. He's got great speed, though. Runs it down easily. 2 down. Before we get to that, we're going to check in with Angie Menting. Angie, go ahead.
Yeah, guys, I don't think we should follow the fly ball when he runs. We should just follow him around the bases. He's fun to watch. All right, we want to know where you're watching the game tonight. Send us your photos using the hashtag Mariners Fan Photo. It's brought to you by AT&T, and we will show some of them a little bit later in the game. Guys, back to you.
All right, Angie, thank you very much. Stephen Romero, the hitter, 2 outs, nobody on. Robinson Cano infield, out RBI. Counting for the only score so far. That was in the first inning after Jones doubled. Took third on Romero's ground out and scored on Cano's ground out. David Price in his first safe go field appearance on the mound. ...2012 Cy Young Award winner, runner-up in 2010 when Felix Hernandez won. Zobrist throws out Romero, and David Price has an easy 1-2-3 inning. Did a no-lay there. 1-0 Mariners. The 20-18 record here on Tuesday, May 13th. And a reminder that this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Good to have you with us. Beautiful, beautiful night for baseball. Blue sky above. Good crowd out in the pen and around the ballpark. 75 degrees. It's Sashi Iwakuma out here for the top of the fourth. He struck out the side in the third. He's given up 1 hit. The guy he gave up the hit to is going to lead off, David DeJesus.
Through 3 innings, 34 pitches, 26 strikes for Iwakuma. He's faced 10 batters, 8 first pitch strikes.
Jesus, Longoria, and Zobrist here in fourth. Seager and Miller are going to take a look. Might have a play. Seager does. 1 out. Going to bring up Evan Longoria, flied out to right. Hit It Here Cafe. Still enjoying some sunshine up there.
How about this weather, huh? Guys got a nice little day game tomorrow. Maybe see some guys lose a fly ball in the sun.
Yeah,
that doesn't happen very often around here, huh? This time of year.
Top of the fourth, Oakland 1-0 at home against the White Sox. Texas losing 8-0, top of the ninth down at Houston. And the Angels won 4-3 in Philly.
Angels, 20 wins, just quietly going along, aren't they?
Correct.
They better win. I think somebody's on the hot seat over there.
Do you?
I do. I think Socha's, if he doesn't get it turned around with all that payroll, he's been there a while. Maybe it's time to change some scenery or something.
Take a different voice, maybe?
Maybe.
I know he's signed, let's see, this is 14. I think he signed through 18.
They don't care over there. It's kind of like New York. That kind of money. He's done a good job there, though.
As we speak, Mariners and Angels are tied 20-18. Mariners will see the Angels as Longoria strikes out. That's a fourth strikeout in the last 5 hitters. Going to see the Angels next homestand.
84 miles an hour, and here is the split. See, 37 splits that he's thrown, 26 swings at it, 9 whiffs. I would have thought it would have been higher than that. Only put it in play 12 times.
Well, they're not driving it in
no,
play, I can tell you that.
Do you think because his fastball is 87, 89 that he's a comfortable loafer?
Very much so.
Don't you feel like you should put him in play and not have a problem?
Well, I mean, one thing, you take away the fastball, you're like, all right, he's not going to throw the fastball by me. So now you go up there and go, okay, if that's the point, then is my game plan going to be I'm going to sit on the split? Or am I going to sit on the slider? You know, and then all of a sudden he throws the first pitch fastball down the middle, and you go, am I going to stay with my plan or not? So, yeah, I think that's a safe bet. He's one of those guys that you're definitely, you know, you're not feared when you step into the batter's box like some of these guys that are throwing 96, 98, or like Pedro.
I was just thinking about this in his last outing against the Royals, watching them. And it's just one ground ball after the other, take a turn, go back to the dugout. And I know how they're feeling. You're just thinking, man, I had a good pitch to hit, and somehow I didn't square it up, and I'm out. But I'm going to get him the next time, and game's over, and you're 0 for 4.
And they're all frustrated, and then they're forgetting about the fact that he finished third in Cy Young last year. And they're like, oh, maybe he is that good.
We had that soundbite with Ned Yost, and he just went on and on. He couldn't say enough good things about him. The way his game plan, how he executed it, kept guys off stride.
I just love the way it all kind of came to play. I mean, we sign him, and he's hurt, so he doesn't hardly throw that much the first half, and he kind of is coming out of the bullpen. Next thing you know, he gets a shot at starting, and now look at him, you know. Because people forget when we first got him, he was still coming off shoulder surgery, so he's still a little on the shelf, and definitely didn't have the strength in his shoulder. And Rick Griffin, our head trainer, is the best in the game. Got him on a strength program, got that thing built up, and I tell you what, man, he came on like crazy that second half. And
I'm reminded he posted to the A's, and they couldn't work out a deal. So thank goodness he's right here. This is what he's done since becoming a starter. Right before the All-Star break 2 years ago.
It's pretty good.
Impressive. 2-2 to Zobrist.
Let's see, there's that little fastball.
Ackley is there. 1, 2, 3. I think it confirming your point to a T, Mike and Jay. Right to a T. 1, 2, 3 go the Rays in the fourth.
Men taking care of the Ford Sports Desk. And the Tampa Bay Rays from the AL East are in town. So we go to the Eastern Seaboard to see how the team that's leading that division is doing. Orioles and Tigers, and things get really heated in the Tigers' victory last night. Detroit created more fireworks in this one. Baltimore trying to shut the door in the ninth, up 1-0, but 2 on for Miguel Cabrera, and you had a feeling that was going to end that way, didn't you? A 3-run shot for Miggy. Victor Martinez followed with a solo shot, and the Tigers win it 4-1 late. Guys?
All right, Angie, thank you very much. As you look at the American League East standings, heck of a battle over there in that division. Yankees right now playing the Mets down 12-6. Red Sox were in last place. Like wacky races over there. Not too many games separating top to bottom. Here's Cano fouling one off.
Yankees always seem the second half and turn around and look at the standings again, and somehow they're in first place. Used to be that.
Right.
I think the Orioles are on a pretty good roll right now.
Chris Davis just came back.
Buck's done a nice job over there.
He has done a good job. And I wonder if Joe Madden and the Rays are thinking about what you're talking about and them getting off to a slow start. Knowing that it's going to just get more difficult in the second half.
Better hurry up and get those guys healthy, huh?
Yeah, they're pitching.
But the problem is you can't rush it. You gotta let those guys come back, and Mother Nature has the timetable. So
well, and the Mariners have had to do it. We were talking about it with Iwakuma. They could have brought him back earlier, but the point is to get him back and have him here the rest of the year. So you have to wait another week to 10 days, and all you're thinking about is that's 2 more starts he didn't get.
And he wanted in. He went. Didn't he?
Yeah,
he wanted in. They're like, no.
I think he went to him and said, "I played catch yesterday. I feel good. Let me take the mound."
Had a great pin.
Yeah.
Boy, it was funny. They said he wanted to. He said, I know what I was taught. I know what's in my gut. I didn't want to send him out there, and I'm looking like, geez, I should have sent him out there.
I think he made the right decision.
Absolutely.
Cano, Hart, and Smoke. 3, 4, and 5 here. Cano counting for the only run in the ball game.
In fact, to that point, Jane, you mentioned Rick Griffin. I was talking to Rick yesterday about Paxton, and he said the same thing. He said he looks good, he feels good, but I think we're going to put him on the same program we had Iwakuma on, so that when we get him back, we can keep him. And he has a simulated game in Texas on Tuesday that he's going to throw, and I think they're going to have him throw another one after that, and then send him out on a rehab.
Be nice, huh?
Well, hopefully they'll get him back, as Dave mentioned, by first week of June sometime.
Another nice little boost in the lineup for the kids.
Here. Full count here to Cano. Corey Hart on deck. Mariners playing some good ball. They've won 13 of the last 18 ball games. 3-2.
We're talking about Rick. Do they still have your body chart up in the trainer's room?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
They had that thing so marked up with injuries for you.
Oh, man.
Unfortunately, a lot of them self-inflicted. My knucklehead out there doing stupid stuff. But Ricky always seemed to put me back together.
Going back the opposite way. Cano again. Ellie's into second base. Cano with his 8th double of the season. Another hit for Robinson Cano, leading off the Mariners' 4th.
Man, he stays inside that ball, doesn't he?
He was working on it today with the screen drill that he likes to do, and yes, he does. Pitch down the middle of the plate.
But still, he very easily could have been out and tried to hook that thing, but no, he knows his strength, stays inside the ball. It's a lot of hits that direction, man. A lot of hits. And he's good at it.
How much do you think it helps the rest of the guys, especially the younger players, getting a chance to see him in the lineup every day?
Watching how he has a routine and a set program and the drills that he does day in and day out. He's a consummate professional. I think there's no doubt it rubs off on the young kids. And it better, because what he does, all that hard work, it's showing out here day in and day out. That's why he's hitting 305, 310.
I think the other thing, too, especially with the great ones, is you cannot get them out of what they're trying to do. His first at bat, David Price was throwing 94, 95 in on his hands, in on his hands.
Throw the knuckles.
And the minute you throw one out over the plate, he hammers it. And that's where he wants the ball, and he'll fight you to foul pitches off. But even once you make that mistake out over the plate, he's going to hit it. And so many times you start to feel that ball in there and you cheat a little bit, and then you end up getting yourself out on the pitch that you probably should handle. And there's a lot of discipline involved in that.
He knows that a lot of that's for effect for him to try to get him out, and so he stays within his game plan, and he's able to know that eventually he's going to have to come to Papa.
Right.
Eventually he's going to have to come to my strength, and I'm going to stay with my strengths and know what I'm capable of doing. And if you can drive the ball like that the opposite way, why not?
Corey Hart behind 0-2. He's 8th in the league. Runners in scoring position, batting average of .370. He's got Cano at second.
But you know how hard that is, Michael, to not go up there and give away an at-bat from time to time or come off your approach or for whatever reason. It's tough, man. It's tough to tell yourself that when you're on the on-deck circle and you walk into the box, and then whatever it is, one pitch, you're like, oh, man. It's that little bit of doubt sometimes, and that's what's hard for these young kids is to buy in. Buy in. Have a routine. Have a plan. When you go to the plate, execute the plan. Don't come off of it.
Well, yeah,
don't
stay
hit
with it.
Don't hit in between.
Right.
0-2 here to Hart. Line drive, hooking, foul. Corey 2 for 3 last night. A couple runs knocked in, a run scored.
About 2 balls right off the tippy top of the little wall. Stay hot, right? You're like, come on, really?
Back-to-back hitters.
Come on. It's like no power. Get in the weight room.
0-2. Struck him out. 3rd strikeout for Price. 1 down here in the 4th. Hey, fans, follow every Mariners game with MLB.com at bat on your favorite mobile phone or tablet. Get live look-ins, instant replays, score, stats, audio, free MLB.tv game of the day, and more. Download on the App Store or visit Mariners.com today. There's Smoke grounded out to shortstop. Heck of a play by Escobar to get him, leading off the 2nd inning.
This guy right here has turned it around. Gotten hot, man. Some big production. It's good to see.
Especially with 2 outs. He's come up with some clutch hits for them with 2 outs, driving in
Money hits.
those tough runs.
Money hits, man.
Yeah, that's why he's on pace for over 100.
Cano at second, leadoff double. 1 out.
See, here's what you're talking about, Michael, right here.
The shift.
I mean, you could drive a truck through second base right now.
Yeah, huge hole on the right side of the infield.
Especially with the runner in scoring position. You want to get another money hit right here, man. Take what they give you. It's fine. Keep coming in there. Stay inside it.
Sensational work by Smoke with 2 outs, runners in scoring position at .533, 2 homers and 19 RBI. He's got 1 out right here.
Wow.
Chance to pick up another run.
That's impressive.
Yes, it is. Two and one. Rays struggling. They've injuries to key members of their starting rotation. Lost 6 of the last 7 games. Two one to Smoke. Two. What's the biggest thing you've seen in Smoke?
I think it's just the fact that he's got some confidence. He's not afraid to hit with 2 strikes. And he's been swinging it good from the right side. Last year, that was a struggle for him. He had no power. What did he hit?
Last year, he hit 192 with a
home run, right?
Two.
Now, both of those were late, too, right? In September?
Yeah. He's hitting 260 coming into the game tonight with 2 home runs already, hitting right-handed.
That helps.
Makes a difference.
That helps.
It's amazing how between the years this game is.
Cano at second at 2-2 to Smoke.
That show 15 from one side and 11 from the other. I mean, that's pretty good.
Just inside with 95, 3-2.
I think that's been a big difference for Justin. I was talking to him probably about a week ago, and he told me, Jay, that he said, I'm just looking out over the plate. I said, what about when they just keep busting you in? Do you ever just try to get one out of there, and even if you pull it hard foul? He said, no, because if I start to look in there, I'll chase pitches in off the plate. I'm going to stay out over the plate. If I have to fight him off, I will, but I want the ball out over the plate.
Yeah, until he gets to 2 strikes. I like that. That's what you got to do.
Well, this year, what we were talking about, he stuck to that plan. You can see it.
Mm-hmm.
And even that last pitch cutter that was just in off the plate, that's a pitch that he probably chases last year and probably jams himself out.
Right.
And gets himself out. And this year, because he's looking out over the plate, it's easier for him to take it.
And it helps that he's had some production early on, so to help him buy in. So now that gets that's a world of confidence for him.
Here comes a 3-2 from David Price. 1 out, 1 on. Price back-to-back strikeouts, 4 on the ball game. 2 down. Here in the Mariners' 4th, we take a look at the Mariners' calendar, brought to you by Sleep Country USA. Coming up, trip to the Twin Cities after tomorrow's matinee game. Day off in Texas on Monday. Rangers for 2, and then a nice homestand.
Hey, look at that for you guys.
It's
a little home cooking, man. Look out.
See a lot of those great sunsets.
Took the first 2 months of the season, but we'll take it.
Oh, yeah, they take such great care of the Marlin Mariners, don't they, when it comes to putting out that schedule? It's like, I don't think so.
This is probably
take another year for the team.
This was probably the 3rd revision, too. They had to fight like heck to get to this one. Here's Escobar to win. Take it! Oh, he made it. Made the catch in fair territory, so Cano gets stranded at second with that leadoff double. Nice play by Escobar to hang with it. Just at the end, put a little syrup on that ice cream cone.
Still lead it 1-0 as we head to the 5th inning. It is Tuesday, and that means it is Twitter Tuesday. Are you following on Twitter for your chance to win Mariners and Root Sports prize packages? I hope so. If not, still time at RootSports_NW. Here's question number 3. Use hashtag RootQ3 and tell us who will lead off for the Mariners in the bottom of the 7th tonight for your chance to win a Mariners jersey. Of course, we're in the 5th, but again, bottom of the 7th. Guys, back to you.
All right, Angie, thank you. As we get James Loney leading off against Hisashi Iwakuma, comes in with a record of 2-0 at 2.45 ERA. Here's Loney, 7th leading hitter in the league. Strike one to James. He'll be followed by Desmond Jennings and Matt Joyce, 5, 6, and 7.
It's a nice little move by them to pick him up, snatch him away from the Dodgers, huh?
He's played well for him.
He's done a great job for him.
Average has been outstanding. Not a big power guy. I think they were looking for a lot of power in L.A. I think they had the one power year, but he's a guy who's going to hit for high average.
Drive the ball all over the ballpark. Who cares? Plus, he's a Gold Glover.
Yeah, he's big time first baseman. One pitch. Kuma's got him. 1-2. Loney tapped out at 15 home runs with the Dodgers back in 07. He had 299 last year for the Rays, and that's his best since he hit 331 with the Dodgers in that same year, 07, in just 96 games.
Well, you look at him in stature, you think he's going to be a power guy. I think that's probably what they're thinking.
Does he play for Cano?
331, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Cano, he just plays.
It's funny. It's like he plays chuckling.
It's like he plays in slow motion, man. I mean, everything he does is just like big smooth, nice and easy, no worries.
12 in a row retired by Iwakuma since the De Jesus double back in the first inning.
264 might do that, but still. Or two, what's he get? What's his pay? What's he getting? What's his contract?
10 for 242.
Oh, okay, 242. Sorry. From Texas, I exaggerate a little bit. Sorry.
Once you get that high, it's not much of an exaggeration.
Just back up the truck.
You'll need more than one of yours, pal. Man,
he's good though. He's been good in that clubhouse.
Breaking ball hit down to Miller.
Boy, keep making the plays, man. That hit will come around. He can pick it.
He's done a very nice job. A couple errors here and there, but all in all, you give him high marks. Ride with all your fans on Sound Transit and enjoy freedom from traffic and parking. To plan your next trip, visit soundtransit.org.
Watching Cano play defense, and they have a different skill set. But the one thing about Cano is he's never in a hurry. And that reminds me so much of watching Omar play shortstop.
Absolutely.
Never in a hurry.
Trust their hands.
Yeah.
Trust their hands. And his lateral movement, I mean, he moves right and left so quick that he knows what his range is. He tries to get in front of everything.
Oop. There's a base hit. Off the bat of Matt Joyce. Second Tampa Bay hit.
I mean, he's got that little Tony Fernandez from down under flick. You guys remember that?
Yeah, it's a great arm.
Oh, man. People don't understand how good arm he's got.
Tony Fernandez. I always bring up Manny Trio. Very similar. Tony. You played with Tony for a little bit? No, you missed play. Totally. How about you, Mike? You play with him?
Okay. Just against him.
Toronto days.
Yeah. Here's Escobar.
He tried to get you, didn't he?
Escobar struck
put a different name up there on him. They did that at something. It's like, I'm not falling for it. Hello, boy. Nice job.
Base hit by Joyce ends a run of 13 consecutive retired by Iwakuma. To Escobar.
That's what makes him so good, huh? Never in the middle of the plate. Now, I will knock on wood for that statement, but he can pick those corners.
Ran one in on his hands, fouled it off 1-2.
And that was right after he painted a fastball away from him.
And now here comes the thing. Good luck.
Unless he wants to have some fun, then he'll just elevate a fastball, see where you're at, and then throw it.
Bugs Bunny ya. It's fun to watch.
It is fun to watch.
From up here. It's probably not as much fun down there.
Kuma's had 3 games previously against the Rays. No decisions in any of them. Got a 1-2 count here to Escobar. Solid smash up the middle. Jones will get it back in. So the Rays with 2 outs have 2 on. Back-to-back singles here at the top of the 5th by the 7 and 8 hole hitters.
That's good hitting by Escobar. He ended up getting the split. Iwakuma typically will throw that pitch down out of the strike zone. That was right at the bottom of the strike zone and didn't try to pull it, just hit it back up the middle, kept his hands inside of it.
Yeah, I bet he wanted to get it a little more towards the dirt right there.
Two outs, 2 on. Mariners lead 1-0. Both teams with 3 hits. Here's Molina. Struck out on a 1-2 pitch. One to Jose.
Felix did not get that last night.
No, he did not.
I'm going to go there.
First inning was a bad tone setter. Mark Ripperger, 3rd tonight, had home plate last evening.
You know you're in trouble when they wear a 90 on their slate.
That's what guys are getting
like spring training.
Zanino and the boys were talking about that in the clubhouse today. As Mike pointed out, all you guys ever want, just be consistent.
Well, especially if you're a minor league guy, trust me, down there they are calling anything from the shoe tops to just below the, I mean, right below your chest. And so for him to come up and all of a sudden throw home plate in the dryer.
And with Felix on the mound. And Felix did a couple, 3 of those. Remember we were talking about yesterday. He came off the mound, walked around a couple, 3 times in the first inning.
He threw the ball up in the air and slapped it back down with his hand on that one. And that's when you could tell he was frustrated. And he battled his butt back all the way back to get into that deal. It was one pitch. That one pitch. Don't tell me one pitch doesn't make a difference.
It makes a huge.
Changed the entire AB.
Yep, I say it
and
all
so
the time.
I don't blame him for snapping. There comes a point where you just, you're battling, and then next thing you know, that happens, and you know.
0-2 here to Molina. Popped up, and Cano settle under it. Couple harmless base hits. 2 stranded. Home 5th. Coming up, bottom 3rd of the order, Ackley, Zanino, and Miller coming up.
brought to you by T-Mobile, sponsoring Tuesday Night Baseball. And around Pier 63, some ping pong action on this gorgeous day here in Seattle. 1-0 Mariners. Dave Sims.
They actually play ping pong, not beer pong anymore? I thought people forgot how to play that game.
They were warming up for that. Dave Sims with Mike Flowers and Jay Buhner in the booth.
The red cups are in that yellow bucket
exactly.
right there.
They're in the warm-up.
As soon as they're off camera.
Exactly, just the warm-up. Played beer pong with that one. Oh, my goodness. Here's Ackley to lead it off. Dustin Ackley, Mike Zunino, and Brad Miller against David Price. Mariners got their run in the first inning. James Jones led off the home first with the double. Moved to third on a Romero ground out the first. Then Cano grounded out the first, scoring the speedy James Jones, the only run of the ballgame.
Michael, you talked about how Smokey's buying in and laying off the pitches inside. This is another kid last year. We were talking about how he was off balance and seemed to always be on his heels, hitting off his heels and falling towards first base. And he's done a really good job of staying inside the ball this year, too.
Well, and
that first AB off the wall.
Right. And it's interesting you said that, because I was talking to Brad Miller, and I was asking Brad, first of all, what is causing the problems that you're having, your struggles? And eventually we came around to what is he doing to fix it. And that's one of the things that he talked about. He said that he just got into the bad habit of falling back away from the ball, and it was causing him to pull too much. As Dustin will go down looking here, but you have to go through those things sometimes. And Brad's attitude about it was great. And he said, you just keep fighting through it. And sometimes, some guys, you talk to them and you can tell that they're beat or they're whipped. And that's not the case with him. He has a real good idea, and he still remains positive with it. And then the other thing is he's an aggressive hitter. And I told him, I said, a couple of weeks ago I made the comment that I felt like he was swinging too many pitches outside of the zone. It's one thing to be aggressive, but
expanding the zone.
And he agreed with that, too. And he said that's kind of where it started. And then the last part about it, he said he went through a couple of games where he hit the ball hard, didn't get any hits, and then all of a sudden he tried to do too much, going to hit it even harder, and he ended up getting in some bad habits. So he's trying to fight his way back through it.
That's tough. A lot of guys, that's what they end up doing when they get into a rut, is they try to hit off the whole part of the plate. And when you're going good, everything's gravy, and you might be able to get away with that. But when you're going bad, man, you got to limit it. You got to stay within. You got to have a plan. Take away one pitch. Start there and try to keep things as positive as you can.
There's Zunino behind 0-2. Fights it off.
The thing I liked about it is when you talk to guys, just one, are they being realistic of what is really going on? Are they being honest with themselves?
Or is it a deer in the headlight?
Right, you're right. And two, do you have a plan to work your way out of it? And he does. So I felt a lot better about his situation, trying to get this thing figured out.
0-2 to Mike Z. One out, nobody on. Inside off the plate, 1-2.
I'm sure Hojo's got him doing lots of tee work and getting out here extra.
Brad was out here right after Cano had the cage for about 15 minutes at 4 o'clock. Miller was in there with Lloyd McClendon and Hojo, working on a lot of stuff. 1-2. Going opposite field, that's going to get down. Mike Zunino drives one into the gap, all the way to the track. A one-out double for Mike. That's his 6th double of the season. He went opposite field for a home run last night, and that extends his hitting streak. Mike Zunino's got a 6-game hitting streak working.
And this pitch is off the plate away, and he just about one-hands it. It's a changeup, but he stays with it, didn't roll over it.
I love the expression from Price, too. It's like, how'd you hit that?
That was a good pitch. That's where he wanted to throw it off the plate.
Pitch, you just hit my best pitch.
Gapper.
For a double. Sorry about it.
4th hit for the Mariners.
Let's see if Brad can get over to left center field.
Boy, stay in there. Keep your nose in there.
One of the things he was working on today, just trying to stay back to the big part of the field, get out towards the left center.
Keep the belly button right there.
Mariners with 4 hits, all of them doubles. Miller 0 for his last 8, 1 for his last 19.
This is when you can really get under the nerves of the pitcher. He just hits. Guy just hits one of his best pitches, and you come out and get a big knock right here, and he starts talking to himself. Love it.
Near for a strike, 1-1. Look out. On 2 strikes, David Price out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee, lives in Nashville. Signed through this year.
Think he's going to get paid?
Oh.
Come on.
Strike 3 called. Miller's gone. 2 outs, runner at second. Here's Angie Menta.
Guys, the Mariners and the Angels neck and neck right now in the division, and the Halos in Philly for the first of 2 games. And this one was knotted at 2 in the 6th inning. Luis Jimenez putting the Angels on top with a 2-run double to left. That scores Howie Kendrick and Chris Iannetta. His first RBIs of the season, part of a 4-run 6th inning for the Angels, and that would be enough. 4-3 is the way it ends. Guys?
All right, Angie, thank you. Top of the order. Here's James Jones. Zunino at second. The Mariners' 4th hit, all doubles. There's strike 1 to Jones. He doubled. First inning, flied out to center in the 3rd. You're talking about Price. Will he get paid? 74-42 is his career record. And the ERA sub 3.
Yeah, he's going to get paid. Something tells me the Yankees will be after him. I don't know why, but
good pitch. Jammed up Jones. 0-2.
It's a good thing he didn't swing at that the whole way. He'd be on the DL with the broken fingers.
Price has wrapped a couple of called 3 strikes around a Zunino double. So Jones can pick up Mike here with an 0-2 count. Strike 3 called. Got him. 7 strikeouts. That'll do it for the Mariners in the 5th. They strand a runner. Zunino at second base. Lead at 1-0 over David Price and the Rays.
Game as we head to the 6th. Angie Mentink here at the Ford Sports Desk, but we're going to head to Tacoma where they're streaking. At least Chris Taylor is, and his hitting streak is now at 8 games. Can you believe what this guy has done? He's last year's Mariners Minor Leaguer of the Year. During this 8-game stretch, he's batting .429, 9 runs, a pair of doubles, and 3 triples. The Rangers shortstop has hit safely in 26 of his last 29 games, guys, and is hitting .372 overall.
Those are outstanding numbers. We were impressed by Chris Taylor when we saw him down in spring training. Good stuff, Angie. Thank you very much. Top of the order for the Rays, Will Myers, David DeJesus, and Evan Longoria against Sashi Iwakuma. 3-hit shutout working.
Got us an old-fashioned pitching duel, don't we?
You said, give you goosebumps looking at the setup, at the possibility of this one. Our best wishes go out to Miami Marlins. Right-hander Jose Fernandez.
That's
a significant tear in his right elbow ligament. Season-ending surgery recommended.
You know,
34 guys.
It's somewhere along the way, we were talking about it, 34 guys with Tommy John surgery, right?
Nice play by Iwakuma.
And at some point, it's got to fall back to either the high school or these select programs where these kids are just 125 pitch counts and just, it's the only thing I can think of.
Nice job by Iwakuma. A one-hop comebacker. Nice stab.
Fly paper.
Myers 0 for 3. That's a shame. I mean, every day you wake up, somebody's going down.
Because that kid right there is putting people in the seats. He's electric.
Special, no doubt.
Electric. And he's got an attitude, you know, which like it or not, you know, he takes the slab and this is what I got. And he gets a little emotional out there, and I think he's learned to tone it down a little bit. But you don't like seeing one of baseball's youngest, best pitchers go down like that. Because that's, I mean, that's possibly, that's you know, after the All-Star break next year if he's lucky. Depending on how bad it is.
Right. DeJesus doubling a foul out tonight. 34 guys since spring training started.
That's a buzzkill.
Tommy John. That's total. Rays they lose Matt Moore.
If anything, Tommy John, at least you come back, and some guys come back stronger because of obviously the strength and conditioning programs and you know, these great trainers we have. But you start getting into the labrum tears and then the rotator cuff, that gets pretty ugly. Especially rotator. I mean, that's a coin flip if you come back, unfortunately.
2-1 to DeJesus with Longoria on deck. Infield RBI by Robinson Cano in the first inning. The only run. That is foul. This is Kerwin Danley. Fired out at first.
Didn't he?
He hit a long at bat last night.
He has been for a long time in this league.
Man.
Nice little player.
He is a good player. Where did he break in with? At Kansas City?
Yep.
Two. Iwakuma stays with it.
Wow, look at that. PFP, baby, right there. That good old half-field pitcher's fielding practice. Woo!
One hot hop.
Laughing about it.
Nice job by Iwakuma.
You don't want to be spitting chiclets out there.
Instead of calling him the bear, call him the cat.
That's impressive. And again, how many times we say it, Mike? No panic after he knocked it down. There's Longoria, fly to right and a strikeout. Easy play for Seager.
Ho hum.
Iwakuma on top of his game. In one stretch, he retired 13 in a row. He started another run, 4 in a row now. 1-0 Mariners.
Mobile unleashed from the rules of wireless restrictions. Here's the only run of the ball game. Loney thought he had a play at first, thought better of it because the speedy James Jones was coming down the line, and that's the only score so far this evening. So we get ready for the bottom of the 6th inning. Hisashi Iwakuma has been outstanding. His last 6 outs have been ground outs. He's had a run of 13 consecutive, retired at one point. And again, he's involved in a 1-0 game. Beat Kansas City in his last start by that score.
Mike and I are laughing because he's clapping as he comes off the field. It's like, hey, this is fun. Oh, you guys want to play? Am I being selfish?
Here are some grounders. Go get them.
One hopper to Longoria off the bat of Romero. 1 out.
This guy's matching him now.
Yeah, we thought it was going to be a good pitching matchup, and it is. It's good shape with his pitch count, just 71 pitches. So he's been efficient.
Isn't that amazing?
Both of them throwing a lot of strikes, 54 strikes.
A lot. Guys they know that, so they're in there hacking. But it just goes to show you how one little, just like a little routine little ground ball that produces a run early in the game could be the difference in the ball game. So that shows you how money ABs take advantage of what the game's giving you early on, because that run might make the difference. And there's a perfect example so far.
Well, when you talk about the stretch that they've been on and playing good baseball, Jay, I think, again, one of the things that they've done really well, and Dave knows I've talked about it all the time, and it's just because it's been such a struggle for him over the last 2 or 3 years. As you go back to that first inning, there's a leadoff double. Romero gets him over with a grounder to first. Cano puts the ball in play. You score a run.
There's another base hit.
And it's picking up that runner from third with less than 2 outs. And I still think you go back to the start of the season and something Robinson Cano did early on. First pitch, ground ball to the second baseman, run scores. Not messing around, not trying to do too much.
That was in the first week or so, and I remember we both
second or
looked
third
at
game.
Yeah, we looked at each other. Oh, that's different.
Yeah, but you can see the rest of the guys buying into it, and they've consistently, as a group, fundamentally doing things to manufacture those runs.
It's funny. Yeah, you mean playing the game right? Playing the game the way the game's supposed to be played? I mean, we just take it for granted, and all of a sudden it's like, that just goes to show you can't assume anymore.
Right.
I mean, somewhere along the way, where did the baton get dropped? And some of these kids not buy into it, not know. They just,
that's the biggest thing. At one point, you have 6 or 7 rookies running out there.
Yeah.
And they're just trying to keep their head above water. Mm-hmm. All this other stuff about giving yourself up for your team and moving runners over.
They're like, explain that to me. What is that again?
Exactly.
I mean, I'm supposed to purposely ground out to the second baseman.
But when you see the best player on your team going out, and that's the way he's playing the game, it works its way up and down the lineup. And it was a struggle early on, but again, the way they've been playing lately, they've really done a good job of picking up those free runs.
They are definitely manufacturing runs early in the game.
Corey Hart, last time Iwakuma took the mound back on May 8th, he drove in the only run of that ballgame, a 3rd inning single to center. That was against Kansas City last Thursday.
And then add to the mix some thunder now. They're hitting some balls out of the ballpark, which is nice to see.
Corey Hart has struck out looking and swinging. 1-1 count. That gets away. Cano will get down to second base. Wild pitch.
A little back foot cutter.
First wild pitch of the year for David Price. Cano thought he was entitled to third base. He got sent back.
Why not?
He was going to try it anyway. The wild pitch ended up going into the stands, but it's just one base for him.
2-1 to Corey Hart.
Paint, man.
Just got that corner.
Is that Gary behind home plate tonight?
Gary Sears.
Yes, he's good, man. One of the best. Good man.
2-2 to Hart. And now we'll go to third. Escobar throws out Hart, 2 down.
That's a good base run right there by Cano, because now you put Price some money pitches with a guy on third. Now that cutter, got to be a little more careful with that cutter on the back foot. Cost you a run.
Yeah.
So now he's put some money pitches on him.
Oh,
Robinson,
boy.
all right?
No.
That's not good.
Cramp.
We got to play.
I'm used to this 85 degrees here. Drink more water.
2 outs.
Come on, Rick. What are you doing down there?
See if Smoke can pick him up. 1-0 Mariners. Ooh, rip.
What's the pitch he wanted? Good fastball right down the middle of the plate.
I wonder if it's his quad. It looked like he picked his leg up.
I think it was on his slide.
Oh, it's going to feel good in the shower, and then is what you're saying.
All right.
Little strawberry.
0-1. Popped it up.
Oh, lose it in the twilight. Can't see it. Come on.
Escobar's back. Makes the play. Stranded runner in the 6th. Mariners still lead 1-0. Iwakuma's been outstanding.
I love it.
Outstanding as we take a look at our Columbia Bank difference of the game. And we start with the Mariners hurler, who's 2-0 with a 2.45 ERA tonight, fellas.
8 shutout innings against the Royals, and now it's 6 shutout innings tonight. Having to hang on to a 1-run lead. Everything working for Iwakuma again, throwing a lot of strikes, a lot of first pitch strikes. In fact, 21 batters faced 17 first pitch strikes. And he's helped himself out a couple of times.
You said paint shutout innings. Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's exactly.
8 paint shutout innings. I love it.
Here's Ben Zobrist to lead it off. Center field for Jones.
A lot of up the elevator shaft swings tonight, huh? A lot of pop-ups.
Ben 0 for 3 now.
Jay, in spring training, you're working with a lot of the minor league kids, and I know you've seen Jones quite a bit probably over the last couple of years. What kind of outfielder do you think he is?
Outstanding. Defensively, I mean, he gets great jumps, great reads. First step angles are really good. Goes over and cuts the ball off. Made a nice play last night to go over in the right center gap. Called off the right fielder. Took charge out there, which I like. Good communication. Got around the ball. Came up with a good strong throw in to hold the runner at first. I mean, fields the ball first. Keeps his eyes down low. I like him. He's got a good arm. He's swinging the bat. He's electric, man. I mean, it's a nice boost for these guys to get somebody in here that can roam center field and make the routine plays and get the ball.
Bring some energy.
Absolutely. Carry the mail for you, too. And you know what? Good for him.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's earned it.
I tell you what, Wally Pipp, you call it whatever you want. Accountability, I mean, guy gets a chance. He doesn't do it. Next guy. That's the way it is. That's It's a rude reality. The game goes on with or without you. So that's why they have a minor leagues. Go back down, whoever that may be, re-hone your skills a little bit for your next call, and then when you get up, try to make the most of it, just like hopefully what he continues to do. I told him the food up here is a little bit better than down at AAA.
Sure, appreciated that.
Yeah, I mean, there's something about good chicken and steak instead of peanut butter sandwiches.
1-1 to Loney. It was twice grounded out to Cano.
But Lloyd loves him. He loves the fact that all the things he can do and opens up holes with that speed. And once they start to, he starts to utilize that small ball a little bit too, getting the bunting down and stuff. I mean, it's fun to watch. I mean, the last 2 nights now, he's had some really borderline plays at third base that he scored on that most people, anybody else, isn't going to score.
No, they don't even think about
it just so happens that Cano's probably taking him out to dinner on the road because those are 2 big ribbies for him.
Yeah, scored 3 times last night.
How about that? You roll over a little two hopper to first base and you get a ribby out of it, and you're like going, yes, thank you. Thank you, thank you. A little service maybe for dinner tonight.
2-2 to Loney. 1 out, nobody on. 7th inning. Mariners got the early run on the Cano ground out in the first scoring, Mr. Jones. Iwakuma tonight has struck out 4. Has not walked anybody. Three and two.
He liked that. I think he wanted that.
I think he did too.
Desmond Jennings on deck. Three and two here to Loney. This will be the 3rd time he's ground out to Mr. Cano.
How about that? Same location, but a split finger instead, and just handcuffed him.
2 outs here in the 7th inning. Say hello to Robinson Cano's first bobblehead as a Seattle Mariner. It's coming up on Saturday, May 31st. Thanks to Root Sports, the first 20,000 fans are going to pick up this great giveaway that's sure to be collectible. So get your tickets for Robinson Cano bobblehead night right now. Mariners.com.
Who'd have thunk a bobblehead would have the... I mean, it's amazing.
It's an industry. I know a guy in Florida makes his living making them and selling them, or selling them. Distributor. I know, I thought the same thing. He's made a pretty good living out of it.
Yeah, all his buddies that were laughing at him on the golf course aren't quite laughing anymore when he's buying rounds, are they?
Yeah, right.
Laugh all you want, Chopper.
Jennings is ground out to 3rd and short. One.
I wonder if Kuma's got that blister working again on his index finger because he keeps looking at it.
Ground ball. Sager's got it. How about this inning? 2 ground balls, a 1-2-3 7th. Mariners lead 1-0.
Unreal.
Lottery and the Department of Imagination. What would you do if you won? Great view of the big wheel on the waterfront here in Seattle. Brilliant blue sky and other activities at Ivers.
Feeding the seagulls?
Yep.
Washington, what would I do if I won? I can tell you a lot of things I would do if I won.
How much time do you have? Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Jay Buhner, Mariner Hall of Famer, joining us here in the booth tonight. Dan Wilson will be with us tomorrow for the 12:40 matinee. Seagulls are going to want this ballpark back in another hour.
They'll be in here cleaning up here in a little bit. Hey, good for you guys. You guys get out of here at a reasonable hour and go home.
Tomorrow, right? We don't leave till Thursday.
Yeah,
which is
so that's
great.
A nice thing with that off day.
Get a night off at home. Can't beat it. Head to Minnesota.
What time you guys normally leave? Roll out about noon?
Yeah, it'd be about
depending
noon.
on where you go, right? Obviously, East Coast.
Last time I looked at the itinerary this morning, I think it said 11 noon.
Yeah.
Departure. Kyle Seager to lead it off. Seager, Ackley, and Zunino here in the home seventh against David Price. He's not been a piker tonight, I can tell you that. Giving up just the RBI ground out by Cano. 5 hits, 4 of them doubles by the Mariners. Seager tonight fly to left field and popped out to short.
And when David had to make some pitches and get some outs, he's done it. He's limited the damage and the bleed, and that's for sure.
He struck out 7, not walked anybody. Kuma's K'd 4 without a walk. So 2 prime time pitchers here.
I wonder if he knew what he was up against, because everybody was saying his fastball is 91 to 93, and he's been 94, 95 tonight. Turned it up a little bit.
It'd be nice to have that extra little throttle, huh?
First time pitching here at Safeco Field. Heck of a duel. Iwakuma. One-two pitch. Strike 3 called. He knew it too.
Paint.
Perfect pitch.
That's been his strikeout pitch all night long.
8 Ks now for David Price. Let's check out our CenturyLink link to what's next. We'll wrap up this series. Jake Odorizzi against Brendan Maurer. Maurer gave up all the singles last time out. That was pretty amazing to see that many singles in one ball game.
That goes back to what Jay was saying earlier in the broadcast. So many of them just 55 hoppers and broken bat hits. Maurer was out on the mound, I know at times was just getting really frustrated by you have to. Like you're making good pitches, but you keep finding the outfield grass.
I always love being on the other end of it, that's for sure, especially when my bat died a hero.
2-0 to Ackley. He's got one of the 4 doubles and a strikeout looking. 8 Ks for David Price, 5 with batter in standby mode.
Oh, that's a knock.
Escobar can't get him. Scripted off
beauty. Thing of beauty.
Scripted off the end of the bat.
Speaking of which,
that's an attitude adjuster right there, huh?
well, after a double, he comes back with this right off of his hands. Good play by Escobar, but too much speed from Ackley.
That was a real good play. The bare-hander made it look easy, didn't he?
Yeah, and the ball still had a little something on it, picking it up.
Here's Zunino with 1 out, 1 on. Doubled to right center his last time up. Struck out his first time up.
A little motion going right here. Ooh,
inside to Mike.
Although that might hurt off the knee.
2 stolen base attempts by Ackley. He's been successful once.
A little hit down long. Watch Mikey hit a gap band right here.
A run on 6 hits for the Mariners. No runs, 3 hits. For Tampa Bay, quick throw over.
I think they're thinking along the same way. What do you think?
I agree. Bryce, one of the slower workers in the American League. 1-0 pitch. Ackley. Ooh, I tell you what, if it's on the other side, he might have had him.
Yeah, I think you're right. He was leaning.
Looks like he threw a shoe over there trying to get back. A little.
Tampa Bay PR staff notes that David Price almost 27 seconds between pitches. Ooh, got him that time.
I don't know about.
Well, that'll bring out Lloyd McClendon.
The look on Kerwin Danley's face as he's walking towards Lloyd. Here's another look. There you go.
He got him.
Needs a little bit longer pinky and he's in.
And Lloyd gets the word. Back to the dugout.
You got no case.
Big thumb down.
2 outs. So Brad Miller picked off on the road trip. First base. You guys called it, though. The hit and run was in order.
Yeah, there's no way. I mean, that's a caught stealing, but I don't think he's stealing. I think that was hit and run for sure.
Meanwhile, 1-0 to Zunino with 2 outs now.
Problem is, there's a little bit of that delay on that one pitch in between when he was getting the signals down from third, and I think that threw up the red flag real quick.
Way up front. Only 2 strikes.
Dropped a Cuba instead of that little cutter, huh? Let's see if we see that this time. Oof.
1-2.
That's a pretty good pass right there. Those are the ones you got to move forward, Michael, right down the heart.
Good fastball, 95 miles an hour. He's still throwing hard.
Tell you what, though, it's good to see Mikey attacking, even with 2 strikes.
Ball and 2 strikes to Zunino. Got him looking. 9 strikeouts, 6 looking. 8th inning coming up, and the Mariners lead 1-0.
Mariners still lead it 1-0. You know, they say a picture says 1,000 words, but often when you hear a name, you get lots of images in your mind as well. And I hear Grumpy Barber, and I'm not sure I'm thinking about this AT&T fan photo of the game, but this is Grumpy Barber looking pretty comfy at his house. Got the Mariners on, Root Sports, dog, not too shabby. Then Rick tweeted his crew having a great time at Safeco Field in the sun underneath the Mariners Vision board. Tweet your photos to hashtag Mariners Fan Photo for a chance to be shown in an upcoming broadcast. Guys.
All right, Angie, thank you. 8th inning here with Matt Joyce leading off against Masashi Iwakuma. 3-hit shutout working with 4 strikeouts, no walks. The Athletics 9-0 at home against the White Sox in the 6th. Brandon Moss, he's got a 2-run homer.
White Sox have been playing pretty good ball too.
6 back in the Central.
They were awful.
Oh man, last year?
I mean, they were awful. Yeah. Poor Robin. I mean, he's probably bald now.
Started the day 2 games under 500. 1-1 to Matt Joyce. Fly to left, single to right. That'll be followed by Yunel Escobar and Jose Molina. Two.
Put the high school scores on that. See if you can block. Yeah, I want to see that. It's that time of year. I love it. Little high school playoff baseball, baby.
Absolutely.
Oh,
the
look
shift.
At that. That is. I'm sorry, but that's a thing of beauty.
Pitched him away, went with it.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm. And he gets his second base hit of the game. It's a good pitch. Pitch just off the outside corner.
Seems simple, doesn't it? Throw it away, hit it away, right? You're supposed to pitch to your defense, but when guys are just straight yankers.
Here's Escobar, took a called 3rd strike and singled to center. Houston closed out Texas 8-0 in Houston. Dallas Keuchel got the win. Matt Harrison a loss. He had to lead the game with a stiff back.
They can't afford that either on their starting staff.
Medina starting to get loose in the pen for the Mariners. Iwakuma just at 84 pitches, 62 strikes.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Same thing with Medina being up again. He's been in a lot of games.
Yeah.
He's got a good arm. Shocker, another guy that throws 96.
One 1-0 lead for the Mariners. Run came back in the 1st inning. A leadoff double by James Jones. Moved to 3rd by Romero on a ground out. Scored on Cano's ground out.
Ooh. Come on, Gary. Just gave you some love earlier.
One 1 the count. Mariners double play, depth up the middle. Runner goes.
Fine out.
Gets foul.
They tried a little hit and run.
Mm-hmm.
Madden, the manager. Tampa Bay Rays.
That's one guy, if I was still playing, I'd love to play for. Just something about it. Madden.
They have fun.
Oh, man. I mean, I love that. Brings the attitude. Dress up on Road trips, I love that.
Been the manager since 2006.
Did you see their costumes last night?
It was pretty good.
It was really good.
I saw Price in the wig, and they all look good, man. They do that on every road trip? There's a theme?
Not every trip.
Okay. Seems like it's always here, though. The long one. They got to come
long
here.
Trips, yeah.
Johnny Cash, Elvis, pajamas.
So when the rookies have to dress up, it doesn't feel quite as bad as that one. Get warm. Well, he almost got two. I mean, you talk about a quick transfer.
I think that was just in case.
Yeah.
Just in case Escobar wasn't busting it down the line.
I thought there was no chance. I thought it was a 1 and out, and then out of nowhere comes the flip. Look at that. With some hair on it, too.
They get the lead runner.
I think he's thinking the same thing, Mike, because look at his head thrown back. He's like, oh.
We saw this guy last night, Ryan Hannigan, the former Cincinnati Reds catcher. He did some big damage, 2 for 4. 4 runs knocked in, had a bases clearing double in the 7th and an RBI single in the 9th. It's pinch hitting for Jose Molina. Molina 0 for 2.
He was the one that was at the plate on that pitch that Felix didn't get that upset him.
Yes, he was. And it started as soon as he looked up and saw where the ball went. He got heated.
Well, like you were saying, that getting that pitch and not getting it, changing the count means everything.
Especially like a guy like Felix, where you earn that.
That's when Felix had given up 3 consecutive hits, got 2 consecutive strikeouts. If he gets that strike, he's out of the inning. Instead of wind up giving up a double. Cleared the bases.
And it was a strike. That's the biggest thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come in.
Ackley is there. 2 down. Escobar had to scoot to get back to first.
I like it. Good hustle by Zunino, too, to bust over there and back up first base. In case that ball ricochets off or kicks away or hits the runner or does something crazy.
Brings up Will Myers, batting in the leadoff spot tonight, 0 for 3. Fly to left, strike out, and a comeback into the pitcher.
Max getting a little more comfortable out there. So he's starting to feel a little more comfortable out there. It's a little different. Left field's not easy. All the different, spins off the bat, different hitters. It's probably my least favorite outfield spot.
Saved by Zunino, ball 1. Rays have had 2 runners to second base, to Jesus in the 1st, Joyce in the 5th.
This is the kid they called up last year,
they got from Kansas City. The
pretty good player, put up some good numbers.
Big trade with James Shields.
Yeah.
2-0. Charlie Furbush on your right, joining Medina. Two 2-0 count. Will Myers, the hitter, Escobar. He's at first. Slow breaking ball for strike 2 and 1.
Out of nowhere, he throws a frisbee at you.
A curveball.
You're like, well, where'd that come from?
To the leadoff hitter, still not going to give in to him.
Two and two.
Well, he can run that. He can run that fastball in on right-handers with the best of them.
Especially after the slow curveball comes back with one of his best fastballs. You can see the run on that, as Jay was talking about, right under his hands at 90 miles an hour.
Looking to put a capper here on the 8th inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Mariners nursing a 1-0 lead. Pitch from Iwakuma to Myers. Did not get it. Count runs full.
I love it. Crowd's getting into it, man.
13,446. Here at Safeco Field to watch the Mariners have won 13 of their last 18 ball games. 2 games over 500.
I like runs, but this is a fun game right here. Little attitude adjusters right here. Close games. Pressure pitches.
Escobar will be on the move. 3 and 2. 2 outs. Pitch from Kuma. Fouled off.
It's like a little postseason game, you know? About as close as you can get early on.
David DeJesus on deck. 2 outs, top of the 8th. Mariners will have Miller, Jones, and Romero coming up 9-1 and 2. First things first.
Iwakuma in his last outing through 93 pitches. He's at 96 now. It's a season high for him.
Trying to get Will Myers.
Huh? I mean, that early back.
Here we go again. 3 and 2. Escobar on the move. Pitch. Got him looking. Strike 3 call. Hisashi Iwakuma.
That's wrong.
Pitches out of the 8th inning. Picking up strikeout number 5. It was a beauty. Home 8th coming up. Mariners lead 1-0. Being brought to you by Vern Fonk Insurance. Bad luck can hit anyone. Insure with the 13th man, Vern Fonk Insurance.
Today.
And by Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. Fountain along the waterfront. Beautiful sight on this spectacular day that we had here in Seattle. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, special guest Jay Buhner, Mariner Hall of Famer. Dan Wilson will join us tomorrow afternoon. And how about Asashi Iwakuma back-to-back outstanding 8-inning performances?
Well, I think, Jay, you were talking about it being his third start of the year and going 93 pitches and now 97. And how impressive it is. And I would agree. But how about them asking him to go out there, by the way, in back-to-back games, we're going to score you 1 run. Why don't you make that hold up for us? And he does it.
You know what? He's another guy that just slows things down and has fun and doesn't just let stuff roll off his back.
Fernando Rodney getting loose in the pen.
Yeah, that's stepping up. That's stepping up for your ball club right there. Nice to have him back, needless to say, huh?
There you go. Compare it. 8 innings, 4 hits. Not giving up a run. 5 strikeouts. Didn't walk anybody again. That's back-to-back outings without a walk. 97 pitches.
And Price has been pretty good, too.
He's been really good. He's right there with him.
This is just what we anticipated coming into tonight's game. Tremendous pitching matchup. 0-2 here to Miller. Strike 3 called. 10 strikeouts, 7 looking. Boy, David Price. There is the arithmetic, as Les Kiter, a longtime announcer, used to say. First inning run driven in by Robinson Cano. Loney waiting for him. Here's Angie Mentek with our final Twitter question of the night.
Yes, guys, it's everyone's last chance to answer our Twitter Tuesday question using the hashtag RootQ4. Tell us which fielder will record the final putout in tonight's game. And if you get it correctly, you have a chance to win a Mariners REI backpack. Thanks to everybody who participated in tonight's installment of Twitter Tuesday. Be sure to follow us on Twitter for exclusive offers, giveaways, and the latest programming highlights. And don't forget to tune in on May 20th against the Texas Rangers for your next chance to play Twitter Tuesday. This is fun, guys. I like this.
I'm saying Rodney on a K.
Fly ball left field. Long run Joyce towards the line. Got room. Backhand. Nice play. So here we go. 9th inning. The former Tampa Bay Ray, Fernando Rodney, is going to take on his old team, trying to protect a 1-0 lead. Mariners game 2 of a 3-game set of the Tampa Bay Rays. Hey, fellas, join us for EQC Guys Night Out. It's coming up Friday, May 23rd at Safeco Field for as low as $25. You can get a main level ticket, your first drink, plus a cool Mariners knit beanie. It's the ultimate hall pass, so pick up your specially priced ticket right now, only at mariners.com/guys. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers. Jay Buhner, Mariners Hall of Famer. We have seen, as they say, a dandy pitching matchup. David Price, 10 Ks, 7 looking. Sashi Iwakuma, equally brilliant. 8 innings, 4-hit shutout ball. No walks, 5 Ks.
Unfortunately, somebody's got to take the L, and let's hope it's the bad guys.
Fernando Rodney, the former Ray.
Looking for his 12th save of the year. It'll be his 17th appearance. ERA 2.30 ERA and 15 2/3, 21 strikeouts for Rodney. Opponent's hitting .259. Good fastball. It'll be 94 to 96 with his fastball, and that great changeup around 80, 81 miles an hour.
De Jesus, Longoria, and Zobrist, 2-3-4 here in the 9th.
Cupid time, huh? Shoots at them. I don't see that.
De Jesus, a first inning double, foul out to third, and a comebacker to Iwakuma. 1 for 3 night. Fastball inside corner for strike 1. One. There's that changeup. It's quite a signature pitch.
Well, he's got one of those changeups, a lot like Jamie Moyer, that can pretty much tell you it's coming. It's still hard to hit.
Difference is he also has 95.
Yes, which makes it look like 100.
All 2 strikes. One and two to De Jesus, leading off the top of the 9th. Almost hit him. Boy, that's moving your feet.
I'm not sure how it missed him.
Well,
He's a heck of an athlete.
Why did it miss him? Where? Come on. It's a 1-0 game.
97 miles an hour.
Hey,
whoa.
I know it's going to hurt, but come on, get on base. They got a bench. They got a pinch runner over there for you. I'm glad, though. Get out of the way. Perfect. Thank you.
And a good medical plan, too.
Yeah,
right?
what? They got trainers?
It's a heck of a, that's an athletic feat to get out of the way of that.
Michael and I would have blown out trying to get out of the way. We'd have wore it.
We
had no choice.
I was going to say, I had no chance.
The whole way in, you're going, oh, that's going to leave a mark.
About mid-thigh, just crawled to my feet, turned around, and walked back to the dugout.
Yeah.
2-2. Leadoff man.
Oh, no.
High drive right field. We got issues. Tie ball game. David De Jesus, after just getting split in half by 97, hits a home run, his 4th of the year, ties the game at 1-1.
Well, after the 97-mile-an-hour fastball, he gets a changeup at 82, and it is up and in the middle of the plate.
And yelling go ball.
Tie ball game at 1-1. There's Longoria. Strike 1. Some at bat by David De Jesus.
I don't like him.
Strike 0-2. Brandy giving up his first home run of the season. Strike 3 called. Longoria is gone. 1 out. New this season, members of the U.S. military will receive 10% off select main, terrace, and view level seats to any Mariners home game. Small way that the Mariners and EQC can say thanks to our local heroes. To receive your discounted ticket, simply show a valid military ID at any Mariners team store or Safeco Field box office. A run in on the home run by David DeJesus. Tie ball game. There's Ben Zobrist taking a strike. Popped up. Zunino is there. 2 down. Two down. Run in. Brings up James Loney. Mariners will have Cano, Hart, and Smoke in the home ninth. Second blown save by Fernando Rodney. On foul ball, 0-2. How many times have you heard it said it's a cruel game? Iwakuma looks like he is just going to go 3-0. David DeJesus looked like he about to get cut in half by 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Responds by homering on an off-speed pitch. Ties the game up here in the ninth.
It's all right. Just make him walk off.
That's what you have to do now, right?
Yeah,
There's nothing else.
Make him walk off.
Yeah.
Say, okay, we'll just make him walk off the field right here.
1-2 to Loney.
You just hope Price is out of the game.
No, I haven't seen anybody get loose in their bullpen.
But I don't think they're going to get that lucky.
He's thrown 118 pitches, 114 pitches, and 113 pitches. So he's going to stay out there for a while.
I think he's a horse. Huh?
Yeah.
10 strikeouts, 7 looking for David Price. Foul. Two and two with 2 outs. On a full count. Desmond Jennings on deck. Payoff pitch.
Stay in here.
Seager going back. 4 or 5 rows back. Nobody on. 3 and 2. Trying to finish off James Loney. Doesn't do it. Base hit, center field. Loney starting tonight, 7th leading hitter in the American League.
And a big reason why is because of at-bats like he just had foul a bunch of pitches off, and he hits a fastball at 96. It looks like it's going to hit the plate. How far
right
down this pitch is.
Tops. It's amazing. Huh?
It is.
Some bat control.
Sean Rodriguez will come on a pinch run for him.
Sean pinch running. Desmond Jennings to hitter with 2 outs, 1 on. Miller can't get it and another base hit. Oh, hot smash. First and second, 2 outs.
First pitch fastball. Rodney started everybody off with the first pitch fastball, and Jennings wasn't going to give him a free strike. Hits it hard. Rick waits the pitching coach to make a trip out to the mound.
You know, Fernando really wanted this one to go against his ex-team. Second blown save.
They're going to keep him close at second, that's for sure.
The hitter's Matt Joyce. He's got 2 hits tonight. Beat the shift last time up, single to left. Got a base hit to right in the 5th inning. First time up, he flied to left.
Well, to your point, Jay, they're going to keep him close, and it's a little bit easier with Joyce hitting just because of the shift. Brad Miller, the shortstop, can basically play right behind second base.
That was a nice play right there by Zunino. Kid moves good back there.
(1-0) to Matt Joyce. Boy, that's hit. Jones tried, can't get it. Scoring is Rodriguez.
Get it in.
So Rodriguez scores. Jennings to third. 2-1 lead, Tampa Bay. Matt Joyce, 3rd consecutive hit, picks up an RBI, his 20th.
And it's 3 hits in a row for the Rays. 3 singles after the home run.
Nice try, nice hustle by Jones, but even better play by Romero to back him up right there. Get the ball in, hit your cutoff, man, because you got speedy runner around in third wanting to come home. And
I was watching Foley, the third base coach, and he was watching the play. Yeah. I think if there was any hesitation at all, he was going to send Jennings.
Well, as soon as he came up and had that hard throw down and hit the cutoff, man, he immediately threw the hands up. You see daylight underneath the ball, and he's probably going to keep him going.
Escobar, the 7th man to the plate here in the 9th inning against Fernando Rodney. Tampa Bay, first 8 innings, no runs scored, 4 hits. This inning, 2 runs on 4 hits.
I got ugly in a hurry, huh?
Sure did.
Wow. I mean, wow.
And this next pitch will be 25 for Rodney.
Well, sometimes you want so bad that.
How about David DeJesus tying it up?
Yeah, of all people, right?
Second for DeJesus' 4th home run.
He's been a pest against us.
Danny Farquhar starting to get loose for the Mariners.
Runners at the corners, 2 outs, 2 runs in. 3-0. Not his night. 25 pitches. Ryan Hannigan on deck. And that wasn't close. Ball 4. And the bases are loaded.
That'd be it.
That will be it.
Wow.
He did not have it at all tonight against his former team, which makes it twice as bad. Blows a fabulous effort by Iwakuma. 2-1 Tampa Bay. Pitching had been at a premium until the 9th inning. Iwakuma and David Price. Terrific matchup. Iwakuma left with a 1-0 lead, but Fernando Rodney blows his second save. Blows it big time, giving up a home run to De Jesus, and then leaving with the bases loaded. Gives up another RBI to Matt Joyce. And Tampa Bay has rallied for a 2-1 lead as Danny Farquhar takes over. They are loaded up. Desmond Jennings at third. Matt Joyce at second. Yunel Escobar, he's at first. Ryan Hannigan was in a bases loaded situation last night against Felix. 7th inning. 2 outs, and he delivered a bases clearing double. Strike one from Farquhar. Popped up foul. Farquhar, the losing pitcher in Sunday's game, 9-7 against Kansas City. They had a really bad 7th inning. Got squeezed.
Another pitcher not happy with the strike zone, Dave.
You betcha. In that game, he had a couple of strikeouts that were his. He was walking off the mound and didn't get them. Felix had the same thing last night. Two to Hannigan, and the damage is over. One right after him. 3 pitches, strikes out Hannigan, leaves the bases loaded. Work to do for the Mariners. Bottom of the 9th. Cano will lead it off. Hart and Smoke to follow. 2-1 Tampa Bay. Two runs on 4 hits. They left them loaded in the top half of the 9th. So the Mariners got a rally here against David Price, who's on his game with 10 strikeouts, 7 of them looking. He hasn't walked anybody.
Well, the good news for the Mariners is Cano. You can see 2 for 3 with a double and an RBI. He will lead this inning off. How about first safe go field homer as a Mariner? Why not?
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Hey, Tampa Bay just did it. So can we.
Cano, Hart, and Smoke down a run. Bottom of the 9th.
I like it. Break their hearts. Make them walk off. And the guy's throwing a gem, too.
A 10 strikeout performance for David Price, the 2012 Cy Young Award winner.
How about a base hit and then a 2-run bomb on Mr. Hart? That would be solid.
Cano tonight drove in the Mariners' only run back in the 1st inning. Since then, he's doubled and singled.
Price at 98 pitches. Again, his season high is 118.
That could be 2 more innings away. He's throwing.
Exactly.
Hopefully, we get a run. But
Grant Balfour in his 2nd tour of duty. with Tampa Bay warming up.
It ain't going to get any easier, is it? It's pretty good.
Cano came into tonight's game with a .263 batting average against David Price with a home run. 0-1.
Sneaking out there, catcher sneaking out there a little soon right there. I know if I'm the hitter, I'm peeking a little bit. I can see you move out there.
And Hannigan doing the catching now. Came in for Jose Molina.
At least you can take away one part of the plate.
1-1 to Cano. Some pitch. 1-2.
Pulled the string on him, didn't he? This is what I like about Robinson, though. He just sticks his nose back in there and goes right back to battling, staying inside the ball, shorten things up.
The thing I liked about it is it looked like he took a shot. Just guessed wrong on it.
There's no doubt he was trying to whirly bird on that one.
1-2 strikes. 2-2.
A little bit of a miss right there, huh? He's supposed to go inside.
He has thrown a lot of strikes. Again, he came into the game with just 6 walks on the year.
That's impressive because as a hitter, and you know the guy is one of the best in the game, you can afford to go up there and be aggressive when they're around the plate. But when he's throwing what he's throwing, that cutter and pinpoint and everything.
2-2 to Cano. 3-2.
Oh, I like it. He lost it. Jabberwocky. Leadoff walk. Bomb. Let's go. Take it to the house.
Cano's only home run. I was at Texas in the last road trip down there. He's 3-2 here to Price. Strike 3 call.
That pitch is off the plate.
Come on, Gary.
QC tracer that pitch off the plate away. Should have been a walk.
11 Ks, 8 looking for Price. 1 out.
And down.
That crossfire fastball.
Here's Corey Hart. Cano absolutely stunned on that call. Why that call by Gary Cedarstrom. Ball 1 to Corey Hart, who struck out looking, swinging, and grounded out to short. 11 strikeouts, no walks by Price. Deep to left, but right at Joyce.
Got in just enough.
Yep, just enough. 2 outs.
This is going to jam him. It looked like the cut fastball. I'll bring in Justin Smoke. Smoke 0 for 3 tonight.
Ground out to short, a strikeout, and a pop to short for Justin.
Balk.
Shift on against Smoke. Strike 1.
I got to admit, it's been impressive to watch this guy throw tonight. because if you go back and look at all the tracer on all of his pitches and the location, it's very impressive. All night long.
And even when he's made a few mistakes and the Mariners hit a double off of him, and he comes right back and gets to painting again, Jay. He hasn't backed it up and given him a whole lot to hit. And the Mariners, for the few pitches that have been in the middle of the plate, they've hit some balls hard for some doubles, and they just haven't been able to pick up that next hit. They're 0 for 10 with runners in scoring positions.
Down to the last strike here with Smoke, 0-2, a 2-1 Tampa Bay lead. Oh, 2 to Smoke. Worked inside, missed 1 and 2.
That has definitely been his go-to pitch right there for strike 3 all night long on right-handers and lefties, but away. But right at the top of that strike zone.
Finished second in the Cy Young balloting in 2010 when Felix beat him. Won it in 12. David Price. Ball and 2 strikes to Smoke. Got it. That is a fabulous performance by David Price. A dozen strikeouts, no walks, 1 run on 6 hits. Series tied at a game apiece as he wins his first game here at Safeco Field. David DeJesus tied it up, and then the RBI to win it by Matt Joyce. Wow.
We thought it was going to be a great pitching matchup. That's what we had. Iwakuma, don't forget, 8 strong innings again. He hasn't given up a run in his last 16 innings. Doesn't get a decision tonight.
Man, Mike, what a heartbreaker, huh?
Absolutely.
Got that game, close game, great pitchers duel, and then you got to turn around, quick bounce back tomorrow, boys.
Jay, safe
Enjoy
travels.
it. We'll see you guys.
Pleasure to have Jay
Okay.
Buhner
All right,
joining
buddy.
us here in the booth. Dan Wilson will join us for the matinee tomorrow. Rubber match tomorrow afternoon, 12:40 start time. Heartbreaking loss for the Mariners, 2-1 Rays. Mariners postgame show coming up next.